What if I told you that one of the most dangerous places on earth, a country where walking down the street meant gambling with your life, has now become the safest country in the Western Hemisphere? Welcome to El Salvador, once a nation plagued by gang violence, poverty, and despair. Now an example of how rapid transformation is possible. But how did this tiny Central American country pull off one of the most extraordinary turnarounds in recent history? Stick around, because today we're diving into the inspiring, controversial, and fascinating story of El Salvador's rebirth under its boldest leader yet, Nayib Bukele. To understand El Salvador's remarkable transformation, we need to explore its troubled past. For decades, the nation was defined by war, poverty, and violence. The Salvadoran Civil War, from 1980 to 1992, was a brutal conflict between government forces and leftist guerrillas. Backed by international superpowers during the Cold War, the conflict left over 75,000 dead and countless others displaced. When the war ended, the peace accords brought stability but not prosperity. The country struggled with economic inequality and a lack of opportunities, leaving a vacuum that gangs were quick to fill. Groups like MS-13 and Barrio 18 emerged as some of the most violent criminal organizations in the world, creating an environment of fear and instability. By the early 2000s, gang violence had become a full-blown epidemic. These gangs didn't just commit petty crimes. They controlled entire neighborhoods, ran extortion rackets, and terrorized civilians. Families were forced to pay rent just to live in their homes. Public spaces became battlegrounds, and young people had few alternatives but to join gangs or flee the country. In 2015, El Salvador reached a grim milestone. It recorded 6,656 murders, a staggering rate of 104 per 100,000 people, the highest in the world. International media branded El Salvador as a failed state, a place beyond hope. Against this bleak backdrop, a young and dynamic leader emerged, Nayib Bukele. Bukele's political career began as the mayor of Nuevo Cuscatlán, a small town, where he gained attention for his innovative governance. He later became the mayor of San Salvador, transforming the capital city with urban renewal projects and his modern tech-savvy leadership style. When Bukele ran for president in 2019, he shattered the traditional two-party system that had dominated Salvadoran politics for decades. His message was simple yet powerful. There's enough blame to go around. Let's focus on solutions. Promising to tackle corruption, crime, and poverty, he won in a landslide, becoming the youngest president in the country's history at just 37 years old. Bukele's presidency marked a departure from the norm. Known for his sharp suits, backward baseball caps, and frequent tweets, he cultivated a direct line of communication with Salvadorans. By using social media to announce policies, address concerns, and even make bold proclamations, Bukele bypassed traditional media and positioned himself as a leader of the people. One of Bukele's first major initiatives was the Plan Control Territorial Control Plan, launched in 2019. This strategy focused on reclaiming gang-controlled areas through a combination of military intervention, community investment, and intelligence-driven policing. The first phase was about establishing order. Bukele deployed 7,000 police officers and soldiers to gang strongholds, where they set up checkpoints and conducted constant patrols. The presence of law enforcement disrupted gang activities and gave residents their first taste of safety in years. Prisons in El Salvador were notorious for being gang headquarters rather than places of punishment. Bukele's administration cracked down hard on contraband, including cell phones, which gang leaders used to issue orders. Videos of prison raids, showing inmates stripped to their underwear and sitting in tightly packed rows, became iconic symbols of Bukele's no-nonsense approach. In 2022, following a surge in gang-related murders, Bukele declared a state of emergency, granting law enforcement sweeping powers to detain suspects. Over 70,000 individuals were arrested in less than 2 years, crippling the gang's operations. Critics argued that these measures were draconian, with reports of innocent people being swept up in the mass arrests. However, the overwhelming majority of Salvadorans supported Bukele's actions, seeing them as necessary steps to restore order. The most striking aspect of El Salvador's transformation under Nayib Bukele is the sheer scale of the reduction in violence. Just a few years ago, neighborhoods were ruled by fear, with gangs controlling nearly every aspect of daily life. Extortion, murders, and kidnappings had become an unwelcome norm. Today, however, the murder rate has dropped by over 90%, making El Salvador the safest country in the Western Hemisphere. How was such a drastic shift possible? Through a combination of relentless law enforcement, technological surveillance, and community rebuilding, Bukele's administration reclaimed spaces once dominated by criminal elements. Parks, markets, and schools that were previously no-go zones are now vibrant hubs of activity. Families can walk the streets at night without fear, and businesses no longer have to pay extortion fees just to operate. The newfound safety in El Salvador has catalyzed a tourism boom. Visitors are flocking to the country to experience its stunning natural beauty, which includes world-class surf beaches, majestic volcanoes, and lush coffee plantations. Cities like San Salvador have transformed into bustling hubs where modernity blends seamlessly with tradition. The city's skyline now reflects a country that's moving forward. Local tour guides and small businesses, once hesitant to operate due to gang violence, are now thriving. International tourists rave about the friendly locals, vibrant culture, and the sheer diversity of experiences El Salvador offers. But El Salvador's transformation goes far beyond safety and tourism. Bukele's administration has placed a strong emphasis on architecture, infrastructure, and technology as symbols of a nation reborn. El Salvador is undergoing an architectural renaissance that reflects its broader societal transformation. Under Bukele's leadership, the government has invested heavily in public infrastructure, creating spaces that symbolize progress, unity, and a brighter future. Modern beachfront promenades, state-of-the-art surf facilities, and vibrant coastal towns are emerging as part of the effort to position El Salvador as a top-tier destination for surfers and beach lovers. These developments have not only attracted tourists, but have also created jobs and boosted local economies. What was once an underdeveloped coastline is now a thriving epicenter of activity and opportunity. San Salvador, the nation's capital, has undergone significant urban renewal. Projects to restore historic neighborhoods, improve public transportation, and enhance pedestrian areas have transformed the city's image. Bukele's administration has focused on creating green spaces, modern markets, and efficient infrastructure, turning the city into a model of urban planning. One standout project is the restoration of the Centro Histórico de San Salvador. What was once a chaotic and rundown area has been revitalized into a beautiful and organized urban space, with cafes, art galleries, and cultural landmarks. The restoration preserved the area's rich history while introducing modern elements that make it appealing to both locals and visitors. Bukele's administration has also prioritized large-scale infrastructure projects to improve connectivity, efficiency, and resilience. These projects are reshaping the country's landscape and enabling future growth. To accommodate the surge in tourism and business travel, a new terminal at El Salvador International Airport was inaugurated. The design is sleek, modern, and equipped with the latest technology to provide a world-class experience for travelers. This expansion has doubled the airport's capacity and serves as a gateway for El Salvador's newfound global appeal. Bukele has leveraged technology to drive El Salvador's transformation, making the country a hub of innovation and digital progress. For example, the Bitcoin revolution. In 2021, El Salvador became the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. While this bold move was met with skepticism, it has opened new opportunities for technological advancement and financial inclusion. Through government-backed initiatives like the Chivo Wallet, millions of Salvadorans now have access to digital banking services for the first time. Bukele's administration has also invested in tech hubs and digital literacy programs to prepare the next generation of Salvadorans for the global economy. Initiatives like the Coding Academy provide free training in programming and software development, ensuring that Salvadoran youth have the skills to compete in the global tech industry. And smart policing. We can't deny that technology has played a pivotal role in El Salvador's public safety improvements. Advanced surveillance systems, drones, and data analytics have empowered law enforcement to identify and neutralize criminal threats quickly. Facial recognition technology and AI-driven crime mapping are being used to anticipate and prevent gang activity, making El Salvador's security measures among the most sophisticated in the region. To inspire youth and provide alternatives to gang life, Bukele's administration has invested in sports facilities nationwide. The construction of mega sports complexes has not only given communities places to exercise and play, but has also fostered national pride and unity. These facilities host local tournaments, fostering a culture of healthy competition and ambition. El Salvador's transformation under Bukele isn't just about physical spaces and safety. It's also about restoring cultural pride. Festivals celebrating indigenous heritage, art exhibitions showcasing local talent, and initiatives to support Salvadoran music and dance have flourished. The government has also made efforts to preserve and promote archaeological sites, such as the ancient Mayan ruins of Joya de Serene, known as the Pompeii of the Americas. This cultural revival is helping Salvadorans reconnect with their history while embracing a modern identity. Salvador's transformation offers an inspiring lesson for the world. Even the most daunting challenges can be overcome with bold vision, decisive leadership, and unwavering determination. The story of El Salvador is a testament to the resilience of a nation and the potential for renewal, no matter how dire the circumstances may seem. Nayib Bukele demonstrates that transformative change is possible when leaders prioritize the well-being of their citizens. By addressing the root causes of violence, investing in infrastructure and innovation, and fostering a renewed sense of national pride, Bukele has shown that a unified and proactive approach can yield extraordinary results. His willingness to take bold, sometimes controversial steps demonstrates that meaningful progress often requires courage and a break from conventional thinking. While his methods have sparked debate, there's no denying the positive outcomes: safer streets, thriving tourism, and opportunities for the next generation. El Salvador's story is far from over. It stands as a testament to the power of resilience, leadership, and the human spirit. What do you think about this remarkable transformation? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Together, let's explore more stories of change and inspiration. Thanks for watching. Until next time.